Electron Transport Chain by Elizabeth Richardson, Mary Kate Miller, Han Nguyen, and Nick Knopfsinger. In order for cells to make ATP, NADH and FADH from the citric acid cycle and glycolysis are utilized in the ETC to create a proton gradient in the inner membrane space, driving ATP synthase. At the end of this presentation, you should be able to identify all the complexes of the ETC. The ETC consists of 4 protein complexes. Complex 1, NADH-Q oxidoreductase. Complex 2, succinate Q reductase. Complex 3, Q cytochrome C oxidoreductase. Complex 4, cytochrome C oxidase. You should also know the total ATP produced. If you don't know what ATP is, then get out of here. Also, how electrons move through the chain, and the number of protons pumped by each complex. Complex 1 pumps 4 protons. Complex 2 pumps 0 protons. Complex 3 pumps 4 protons. And complex 4 pumps 4 protons. NADH enters complex 1 and donates 2 electrons to reduce FMN while oxidizing NADH to NAD+. The 2 electrons move through the iron-sulfur centers and pass to the ubiquinone, taking 2 protons from the matrix with it. Ubiquinone is reduced to ubiquinol, which is lipid-soluble and can move through the membrane, skipping complex 2 to complex 3. The movement of the electrons through the complex causes 4 protons to be pumped from the matrix to the inner membrane space. Once ubiquinol has reached complex 3, it donates 1 electron to a ubiquinone, forming a semiquinone radical, and 1 electron to cytochrome C that is docked on the exterior of complex 3. A second ubiquinol arrives at complex 3. The process repeats itself, creating a ubiquinol from the semiquinone radical by pulling 2 protons from the matrix. Another cytochrome C gains an electron. During this process, another 4 protons are pumped to the inner membrane space, and the cytochrome Cs move to complex 4. Once you have 4 cytochrome Cs at complex 4, they donate their electrons to create 2 water molecules by reducing O2 with 4 protons from the matrix. While this is going on, 4 protons are pumped into the inner membrane space. The citric acid cycle reduces FAD to FADH2 while oxidizing succinate to fumarate. This FADH2 is used in complex 2 of the ETC to produce ubiquinol. This complex does not pump any protons into the inner membrane space. The pumping of protons by the electron transport chain complexes creates the proton gradient to drive the ATP synthase. For every 4 protons pumped through the ATP synthase from the inner membrane space, 1 ATP is created from ADP and inorganic phosphate. So Han, what are the end products of the electron transport chain?
Đong đầy hạnh phúc, gói cho trọn lộc tài, giữ cho mãi en khen, thắp cho chặt phú quý, cùng chúc nhau như ý, hứng cho tròn an khang. Chúc năm mới bình an, cả nhà đều sung túc. Hoa đào nở, chim én về, mùa xuân lại đến. Chúc nghìn sự như ý, vạn sự như mơ, triệu sự bất ngờ, tỷ lần hạnh phúc. Năm hết Tết đến, kính chúc mọi người thật nhiều sức khỏe, miệng cười vui vẻ, tiền vào mạnh mẽ, cái gì cũng suôn sẻ để được sống tiếp một cuộc đời thật là đẹp đẽ.